Happy Tuesday, frienderonies. Welcome to the Chillside Lunch Hour. That was kind of nice. So friendos, if you haven't seen the show, if you're tuning in for the first time, kind of the way it works is we got no scripts. We are just we're out here making beautiful music. At least we're attempting to, and that's a good one. That's a classic. But I hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to say that I love you all. We've moved the plants inside. I felt that it gave a little more ambiance to the chill side situation. So I guess I just wanted to talk a little bit more about why I decided to make these videos and I guess what the general message is. So where to start? I guess big shout out to the people at my former employer. They're a delightful bunch, every last one of them, and I love them all. And should they be tuning in, hello to all my former coworkers. I actually mentioned you guys in another one of my videos. It's called Acknowledgements and Future Plans, I believe. We've got a lot of videos, folks. We've uploaded, geez, over 50. And by we, I mean myself. This is but a one-man show, I know, believe it or not. It's like, how could all of this delightful ambiance come together with just myself? And I'll tell you how I did it, folks. I just kind of started believing in myself. I realized that my whole life I'd kind of just told myself, limitations about my abilities, reasons why I would be unable to accomplish any task. And then what I found was that when I started trying a little bit harder, my limitations disappeared. And what that told me, frienderinos, is that the limitations, at least in my case, that I created, were basically set up. They were in my head. It was like, I can't. I'll never shoot under this score on the golf course. Because of this, or I'll never win this poker tournament. And what I found was that when you tell yourself you can't do something, you start to believe it. And my dad always says, I'm lucky to still have him around. I love you very much, Father. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right, and that's so true. It's just, you can convince yourself of anything. And what I had found was that I had convinced myself, for some reason, that I wasn't worthy of success. But then I realized that a lot of it was because I had not found success within myself. It was like I've had a little bit of money at times before, but I was always in like a broke state of mind, and I would focus on being broke. and you get what you focus on. That's just the truth of the matter. And it's like, so what I did was I started I started becoming more aware of what I allowed into my focus. And I'm not talking about friends. I love all of my friends. I love all of my family very much. But in order to find out, um, why I could not find sustainable happiness in the past, I had to kind of just step away from everything for a little bit, and it was tough. But what I did is I decided that one step at a time, I was going to fix myself and find the root of my problems. And some of the problems I had in the past. I mean, I've had addictions. I've had you know I've gotten angry in the past often. Um, but the anger I found that I felt was more frustration with myself that I would take out on other people. Just because I think that's kind of how we work, is like if something is going on internally with ourselves, we externalize it to the world. And so what I found was that when um, when I started taking personal responsibility for my feelings, um, I my whole world kind of got brighter. I got much happier. I started taking better care of myself, and I think the most profound change, and I've never wished any ill will upon anyone, truly. But you just, when you are totally happy with yourself, you don't want anything. You don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. And that's the truth, because you are fulfilled, like, within yourself, and you realize that you don't necessarily need, or at least I didn't, just many of the things that I had convinced myself that I needed in order to be happy. Um, and I play poker for a living, and I look forward to playing again, but I had to step away from that as well. Um, but I let a lot of people down in the process of playing poker, and I let myself down. And a couple months ago, I was on the road, and I was like, even if I have $100,000 poker win, or 200, it's like, which I've never have. But I was just like, I'm still gonna be chasing. I was like, I'm still gonna be on the road. Um, I still wouldn't be fulfilled. I would still have been unhappy in my day to day life. Even if my bank account showed that I was indeed successful. Um, so that just kind of made me reassess and realize that, like, I better start enjoying um, the journey, the life, like day to day, because if my what I had if what I had come up with as success poker wise had come to fruition, and I still wasn't happy, then, like, was it even success? And in my opinion, I did not think that it would be. Um, and I'm 33 years old. I don't know what I'm deal with my life, but I know that I'm happier than ever, and I know that I'm so happy with myself that it scares my friends, because they've never seen this side of me, and I'd forgotten. It's like this is who I am as this is who I was as like a kid, like before I became like a chasing whatever I was supposed to be chasing, which I wasn't finding happiness in, so I decided to stop chasing it. And now I just play piano and I take care of myself, and I'm gentler with the way I talk to myself, and because words hurt, like words can't cause words truly, and I think a lot of people just do not understand this. Like words themselves cannot cause physical harm. They can't. A word like yelling fire in a crowded building. It's not even the word fire itself that causes the harm. It's people's interpretation of the danger of any of the situation. And it's like I kind of realized that we're told on a daily basis, by a lot of different sources, a lot of them conveniently anonymous, that there's just so much to be afraid of, and like just. But when I believing the news, because they gave me absolutely no reason to believe them, and I just kind of looked around, and I'm not saying there's not bad things in the world. Of course there is, but you got to admit that it's not quite as bad as we're told it is on a daily basis. And I mean, I've traveled the country. I've played poker with people from all over the world, and they were 99. They were all great people. 99. I mean, sure, the occasional guy having a bad day, sure, but like, and that's what I started noticing everywhere that I went, was that like the hatred and the differences and the the insecurity that the news makes us feel, um, simply, I mean, it exists in the world, but not even close to the level that we're led to believe it is. And that's where it's like on my phone today. You get like these news alerts, and it's like it said something about lava, but it was like, oh, these people tried to put lava in a plastic bucket. Here's why it didn't work. And it's like, are are, are people serious? Like, is this what people are consuming their time with? And it's like, and every other article is just like somebody's opinion. Like, oh, somebody's under pressure. It's like, shut up. It's like, who cares? And the problem is that we think it matters. Like, we think the relationship that this celebrity's in matters, and like, that's what we want to talk about all the time. Um, and it's just like, guys, all that does is keep you from focusing on what you can, what it keeps you from focusing on what you can control, and that is yourself. And that is and I promise you, like, the natural state of just a human being, without feeling like they're constantly under attack, is just pure tranquility. And I know that to be so because without anybody, like, if you don't if you become an alchemist and you don't let outside uh, your outside environment affect the way that you feel inside, um, then people can scream in your face all day long and it won't matter because you say it doesn't matter. And it's like, I feel like we feel like words matter so much, and they do matter, and they can hurt. But let them see. That's where the personal responsibility comes in. It's like yeah, if like somebody can hurt you, nobody can hurt your feelings. You have to let somebody hurt your feelings. And if you don't get that, then you need to, and maybe watch some of my earlier videos because there's some good information in there about how not to let everybody's opinion um, get to you, and kind of how to just be yourself. And I don't know. But that's kind of why I'm doing this is just I'm paying attention to what I love to do now, and that is hang out with my girlfriend and my piano and eat good foods, and I'll help anybody and I do help people on a daily basis. It's like everywhere I go, I look for ways that I try to leave every environment that I come into a little nicer than I left it. Like every time I walk through my yard, if I see a weed, I pull it up. It's like I didn't used to do that, but the next thing you know, your yard is looking good. Um, and it's just like if you um, it's like if you see a piece of trash, just pick it up. Like if anything, it's gonna help your immune system. It's not gross. Like it's throw some away. Like instead of like taking a picture of it and Instagramming it. My Instagram is Chillside Central, by the way, if you'd like to follow me. Um, like just pick up like oh gosh, people are the worst. Let's just keep walking. No, it's like just nobody cares. Like if you post a picture of litter and say people are the worst, like you're also the worst. Anyway, I'm just gonna play some piano because that's what I enjoy doing, and I hope that you enjoy watching it. And with that, let's go. This is an original ditty. Um, I could not do this a few months ago, but now I can. So now I invite you to enjoy. Woo-hoo. Thank you, frienderinos. I'm gonna go work in my yard, and it's gonna be delightful. I love you all. Just trying to end the stream here.